Okay. Oh, good dog. Here we go. Here goes nothing. So today we're going to the other side of London to where I'm based to see a friend of mine called the Nervous Squirrel, Dave Cranmer for short. And yeah, I don't think the Nervous Squirrel requires much of an introduction, to be honest. If you have at all been interested in synthesizers or like machines in general, and you have the internet, it's rather likely you've seen a few of his creations. So his job is to build a load of machines, and he also builds synthesizers. It was the Furby Gurdy was the first thing of his that I saw. I saw it in like 2011. I can't remember whether it was before or after I came up with the Furby organ idea, but I wouldn't be surprised if the inspiration was somewhere lying within the Furby Gurdy. There's other things that he's built, like radioactive synthesizers. The Badgerman, oh, I nearly forgot about the Badgerman. It's a theremin that's a taxidermy badger, obviously. Today, we're going to go over to his... Hey man, how's it going?
Very good, thanks.
Oh, nice. This is Dave's DIY 5U synthesizer he's been building up for the last 10 years or so. So without further ado, we got all of the patch cables he had and just started making noise. Like it always is with DIY synthesizers, there's always one thing that doesn't work. So he's just spent a load of time just making it all work perfectly. So it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. We're currently just messing with the 5U synthesizer. I've got the Circlon. I brought it along so we can sort of sequence it up, but we've got a lot of weird logic stuff going on over here that's actually affecting some of the crazy things. Like if you listen to the delay going mental over here. Some weird effects on the background. What's craziness are you plugging in now?
Who knows what's going on inside there?
And obviously, like any synthesizer, we're trying to use every single patch cable we have.
That's right. Yep, we're down to the last 200. We're getting there.
Dave suggested we should try and fill every single jack socket. I don't think that's going to be possible, but
until blood comes out of the last one.
that was quite the blowout last night with the synth. Stayed up pretty late just making a lot of it just turned into crazy rambling, and it was pretty awesome actually.
Yeah, definitely. He got pretty spectacular towards the end. I didn't know what was going on anymore.
We just basically, we just plugged in every single jack cable that we had.
these sort of algorithmic pattern generating modules from non-linear circuits, talking to various parts of the synth, including a whole load of VCOs, some joysticks, there's the MIDI controller, and there's a phaser, the gristleizer, a sequencer, the string pulley thing, which I don't think we used actually. Oh, we need more cadence.
So what does this switch do?
Try it.
Oh man, I feel weird after that.
Don't worry, back to normal after a couple of weeks.
So you've got it all laid out into different sections. On your door you actually have the layout of the synthesizer and it actually matches up. So at the top left you've got the logic going down to algorithms, and then there's a whole 20 tuned and calibrated 4046 oscillators, the Thomas Henry one, so you can technically have 10 voices, 2 oscillators per voice, analog. And then you've got all of the envelope generators above it, and then over here you've got all of the VCAs, so you technically have enough to make a full 10 voice polyphonic synthesizer.
Yeah, as soon as you get into polyphony, yeah, you definitely need like 1,000 of everything, so yeah.
And then there's this awesome machine, the Conway's Game of Life, that is turned into a trigger output version of it.
The lights correspond to the outputs, so yeah, you can have that triggering all your drums or whatever.
So you've got the Game of Life, 64 outputs, 64 pixels. If you've been not living under a rock and you're into synthesizers, you probably have seen this module around. It is basically uranium ore in front of a Geiger counter, and that's sending out control voltages and triggers. So you can make your synth radioactive. How did you come up with the radioactive idea? Because you've used it on a couple of things.
Okay, so it was an interest in random numbers, I guess, and I'd seen where people would use smoke alarms to generate random numbers, and I guess it was a combination of finding the Geiger counter kit on eBay for like 40 quid, but also there's this great company called United Nuclear, and you can just order uranium ore off them, so yeah, the postman just brought it. I guess it was pretty magical getting the Geiger counter and this like very inanimate looking rock and just offering the two together, and then suddenly there's all this activity, so yeah, rock do electronics, so yeah, pretty cool.
And then you also used it for the Awesome machine.
Yeah, so that was the same principle. That was a bigger lump of uranium ore, a Geiger counter, and if you used it, you could turn hand wheel, which moved a sort of lead shield out the way, exposing the Geiger counter to the rock, and then the timings were then mapped to a mechanical xylophone, so your composition was based on this sort of truly random radioactive decay sort of being mapped to the xylophone, so yeah, truly unpredictable on a sort of quantum level.
Oh, this is a rare experience where we get to look.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad. So this phaser, right, it's powered by bulbs with LDRs around them.
Yeah, it's got little light bulbs inside.
But he's got a whole row of spare ones, so if and when a bulb does pop...
Yeah, just in case.
What's your next plan with this? What's your next steps?
Well, I think it's got to a stage now where I'd love for people to come and use it, basically. So I love watching people use it because different people get different things out of it. And there's no way of using it incorrectly. So some people are like classical musicians, and they'll sit down and play something, or someone else wants to do some like really sort of minimalist droney stuff, or whatever you're into. I think you can explore, make it your own, really. So yeah, I'd love for people to come. Yeah, so if there's any musicians out there who would like to get in touch and come and use it and make an EP.
Come and make an EP over a weekend, right?
That's right, yeah.